Hello everybody, it is I, Brian the Pirate, and I just wanted to make a quick video to answer some questions, because over the past month or so there's been a lot of discussion about some of the insanity going over at Discord. What is Guilded? Do they have cake? Do they charge? What are the pros and the cons, the differences? Why should I move? All the important questions basically. So this video is primarily aimed at people who are community managers, content creators. Maybe you are an accountant. If you don't understand the TikTok euphemism, you don't have to worry. This does not apply to people who are actually like financial accountants. But yeah, so I'm going to break this video down into what the differences are. What does Discord have that Guilded has, or hasn't rather, and vice versa. And then talk about some of the additional features that Guilded has. The experience that I had as someone who moved from Discord over to Guilded, and answer some of those other frequently asked questions. Full disclosure, I am a Guilded partner. However, on the other hand, I did move over to Guilded prior to becoming a Guilded partner. I'm not being paid to make this video, but I feel like I should disclose that because, of course, I do, as a partner, garner some benefits. Anyway, so first I want to begin with what the differences between the two platforms are. I think it's fair to make a comparison between Guilded and Discord, because a great many of you are going to be established on Discord already. It's the, the app to use for this sort of communication. So let's have a look at what Discord provides to you. So let's begin. If you are a free user, I think that's a very good base, especially considering all of Guilded is free. So if you're a free user on Discord, you will have a future Brian here. So it turns out that the basic bitch version, they don't even tell you what the kilobits per second are. Boost level 1 is 128 kilobytes per second. So I can only assume that the free, completely free equivalent is 96 kilobytes, but there's nowhere that seems to confirm that. And there are a couple of changes since I've last used Discord, which I will reflect in the text on the side. So, I believe, it's been a while since I've used it, 96 kilobits per second for the voice rate. And it might be 128. You also have a 8 megabyte file upload. You can have 25 people in a voice channel at any one time. However, that is due to the great panini that is going on right now. I think after the panini is ended, it'll probably go back down to whatever the original number was. I believe it might have been 10. Again, it's been a wee while. It's been a long year, so that could change at any point. Then, if you are a partner, you gain a few additional benefits. So you get a vanity URL for your server. I believe you can have a background image for your server, potentially an animated icon for your server. You can have 128 kilobits per second. Again, I might be wrong there, for voice channels. And you also get to have a vanity number for your own profile, as it were. If you're not a partner, you can get Nitro, which involves obviously paying a monthly subscription. And then if you want the full benefits that are on offer to a Discord person or partner, you can then get boosts for your server. Boosts are paid for by either yourself or crowdsourced by the folks in your server. And ultimately, it comes, depending on whether or not you're a partner or if you are on Nitro, around about 150 bucks just to get the full level 3 boosts if you funded it yourself, or again if you crowdsourced it. Personally, I would feel a bit dirty getting my community to pay for it, considering I'm supposed to be hosting this space for them, but at the end of the day, that's a different conversation. So that's a lot of money to get 256 kilobytes per second, a 50 megabyte file upload, vanity URL, and all those benefits that come with it. Oh, and about 400, 500 emotes, I believe, but not unlimited. There is a limit there. You can then use those emotes throughout the server if you have partnership or Nitro, and that only applies to you, not to everyone in your server, of course. Okay, so now let's see what Guilded does. So for Guilded, if you are a free user, you get all of what I just said for free, except it's 200 megabytes for file uploads. It's 256 for voice. I believe if you get all the benefits and paid for benefits on Discord, it's 326. To be fair, you don't really need that unless you're doing studio level recording. So you can use infinite emotes. You can upload all the emotes on the planet, animated emotes, and regardless of whether you are the server owner or just a member of the server, you can use those emotes on any server ever. You also then get a bunch of additional native tools that I think are very, very important to people that especially want to run communities. So let's talk about those a bit. Now, there's actually a great many. Loads. Heckin' loads. So I'm not going to go through every single one because frankly, I have neither the patience nor the time, but I'm going to go through a few of my favorites. So firstly, you've got calendars. Now, calendars are a exceptionally powerful tool as far as I'm concerned. You can obviously use the scheduling tool on Twitch, or what a lot of my friends do. They post something on Twitter saying this is what's happening on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, etc., etc. I find that no one uses the tool on Twitch. It's very limited on how you can actually set up events from what I've seen. And of course, people miss tweets. So on, you literally just have a dedicated calendar. So you can add events, you can set them to recur daily, weekly, bi-weekly or fortnightly, monthly, etc. And you have quite a lot of control on when they reoccur, if they reoccur, etc., etc. You can then set color schemes for those events. So for example, I have birthdays on my server in like the teal color. I also have my Sunday streams set to blue. So regular streaming events set to blue, and then special events set to purple. And then eventually when, again, the Great Panini ends, I will have real life meetups and things scheduled on here as well. Then the members of your community can set them to attending or going more specifically. When they do this, they receive a 15-minute notification before the event begins. And then, of course, you can contain within the event information the URL, so the web address if it's a Twitch stream, or the actual location if it is an event in real life and all that cool stuff. You can then also share those calendar events on social media within other channels on your server, be it through the announcements or just the general text channels and so on and so forth. It's a very good central point to organize both yourself as a creator or a community manager, but of course for your community to stay on the same page as to what's going on, what events to expect, and to just, schedule what they want to plan their lives around, which is, hopefully you. Another great feature about Guilded, which is seemingly a small feature at first, but it's one that I found to be quite helpful and clean more than anything, and that is every voice channel comes with its own dedicated text channel built within it. So of course you're going to have occasionally folks that do not have a microphone or simply do not wish to speak but want to be able to hear. So when you create a voice channel on Discord, you often create a separate channel to correspond with it, or they spam your general channel, whatever you want to use. With Guilded, as soon as you create the voice channel, it's built in, it's clean, it's out of the way. People aren't disturbed with their conversations in other channels. It's all contained within the voice channel. The voice channels themselves then can have an infinite number of people within them. I believe so far the record has been 500 people within one voice channel. But then those voice channels or those lobbies can be broken up into separate rooms or booths or whatever descriptor you want to give them. So you can then be in the external main lobby, have, if you're doing a gaming event, separate teams in their own little rooms or channels or booths. And then you've got shortcuts that would enable you to make announcements to everyone contained within, or if you want to speak to individual rooms. That's fantastic. You're not having to channel hop. You can broadcast to everyone all at once without saying, oh, okay, everyone pay attention to this or that. You can simply press a hotkey. Everyone can hear what you have to say and then carry on about their day. So if you're the sort of community that runs gaming events, be it some kind of race or some competition, and you want it contained strictly within your server, that is a fantastic utility. One of my other favorite features, and I think this is one that is going to be particularly important to those of you who are artists, maybe you're just really fond of memes or posting selfies, or even if you're an accountant, some of the content that you want behind a paywall. And that is the media channels. So on Discord, you post a picture, you start typing, it goes up, someone types, it goes up, type, so on and so forth. It disappears, it's lost into the ether. With Guilded, you have a dedicated channel where you can set it to a grid format. So you can see all of the pictures that have been posted, and they all have individual comment sections. So you can click on the picture, and then you can see the comments on that picture, reactions to that picture, so on and so forth. And you're not having to scroll up forever to find a certain picture because it's all in a nice grid format. I believe they're going to be adding search functionality at some point as well, because you can also set tags for these pictures. It's not limited to pictures, of course. You can also do videos, GIFs, and all that shenanigans as well. Some of the other channels that you can do, you can have forums, you can have like announcement channels that have a lot of formatting involved. So you can actually properly format announcements with images, embedded forms, which is fantastic. Lists. There's a scheduling thing, which is slightly different to calendars. And there's the streaming channel. So you can have a dedicated streaming channel for your movie nights, or if you have multiple people that want to stream at the same time within the server, all that cool stuff. All for free. One more thing that I think definitely needs mentioning as well, especially for those in marginalized communities, is the invite function. So on Discord, you create an invite link. You can set it to a limited amount of people that can be invited by it. And of course, only certain people that have the link can use it, so on and so forth. Guilded takes that a little bit further, and you can assign a application form to your invited links. So for example, on mine, mine's very, very simple. It is literally a case of provide your Twitter, Twitch, or Instagram username. Here's some of the basic rules. Then you apply. Then myself or one of my moderators goes through the applications list, and we can approve or deny whether someone or not can join the server. What does that mean? It means no bots jumping into your server and flooding it with bigotry or other nonsensical spam. I found this to be a very powerful feature. I've not had any bots attack my server at all, or anyone come in trying to be a bigot or an idiot or anything along those lines. And it also means that you just have the power to control your safe space, I think is the best way to put it. How the form is formatted, again, is up to you. You can have multiple questions. It could be a simple tick box. It could be a full-blown interview if you really want. That's entirely up to you. But just know that that option is there. And I think that is one a lot of people are going to appreciate. And that's just a very quick TLDR of what the features are of Guilded and how they compare to Discord. So for this next segment, I think it's best that I describe my experience of moving from Discord over to Guilded, what the pros and what the cons of that were. A lot of the questions that I see about this subject is, well, I can't get all of my viewers to move, or I can't get all of my server community to move more specifically. I have found that has not been as big a hurdle as a lot of people suspect, but also it's, let's say it's housekeeping. So on my Discord server, I had well over 100 people within the Discord server. And I feel like this experience is going to be the same for many people. About 75% of those people didn't talk. They probably had the server muted against announcements. They just joined at some point, talked for a little bit, and then were never seen again and just basically forgot about the server. I'm sure there are some people that have servers that are rampant with activity, but for me personally, and I've found amongst a lot of my friends and peers, it's a case of the vast majority of the people in the server aren't active in the first place. Those that have been active in my Discord server, the vast majority of them, after I posted a video within the server explaining why I was making the move and what the benefits of the move were, and I said to them, I was like, I know I've been lacking in activity in the Discord server. Since joining Guilded, I found that my productivity within the server and my interactions in the server have been a lot more active. I am in the server every day. I'm constantly talking, and I'm just a lot more proactive because of the tools that are provided to me. And my community would likewise benefit from those same tools. So yeah, about a quarter of the people moved. And I didn't see that as a bad thing, because it went from having this inflated number that looked awful because it was big, and yet the amount of engagement was so small in comparison, to having a more realistic amount of people in the server who were all engaging. I think that it felt better to me as well. It was better for my mental health. It was better to just visually see. And like I said, it felt like housekeeping. Yes, there were, of course, some people who were like, Brian, I don't really fancy like downloading another program. And you know what? That's absolutely fine. I was not offended in any way or form by I think there was literally 2 people who were like, nah, I'm not down. And I said, okay. And to be honest, they're probably going to come over anyway because Guilded's popularity is getting very, very, very rampant. It's whew, to the moon, some might say. I don't know if that only applies to Dogecoin. I'm not that hip. Now, some of you are obviously Discord or were Discord partners, and you've got the Guilded partnership program. Guilded and their staff have come out right and said, we're not just gonna like kick you out after we get to a certain size. If you're a partner, you're a partner forever, unless of course you're a bit weird and you do something that's probably bigoted, and there's going to be a conversation there, and you know there's some common sense rules there. But otherwise, they're not going to be like, oh, you know, here's some activity requirements. If you don't meet those requirements, we'll kick you out. There's definitely a conversation to be had there, but not in this video. But nonetheless, just know that with Guilded, that will not be the case. My personal interactions with the staff is it's a very close, tight-knit team. Whenever I've had issues, one of my benefits of being a partner is that I had support remarkably quickly. I've literally posted within the Guilded partner server and said, I need an adult. And then they have appeared and gone, haha, we are here to adult. And they've fixed issues. And I can safely say that it's basically been that experience for pretty much all of the 150 something partners in the server at the moment. And that's another thing as well that is different between Discord partnership and Guilded partnership. Discord, you are not really the partner. The server is partnered. So if there's any issues with the server, yes, you'll get support for the server. If you have any other servers, who cares? Basically, is the response that I've seen generally from support, and they'll get to you when they get to you. But with Guilded, you are the partner. So if you have multiple servers, you get priority support on all those servers, not just your main one. The staff themselves are incredibly interactive. They engage with the community very much. They do weekly nights where they stream on Twitch and they get the partners involved, and there's collaborations. They do giveaways. Already within, I think it was within 2 months of being a partner, they provided me with a $100 Steam voucher to use within giveaways to get obviously people onto Guilded and onto my Twitter. Staff are incredibly friendly, funny. You can have fun with them. You know, there's obviously some professionalism there. Words are hard, but there is also a rapport there, and it feels sincere, and I think that's important. Another question I often see is, well, if everything is for free, how are Guilded making money? And it's also ties in with a feature that they offer, which again might be something that's quite beneficial to you if you are a community manager, but again, if you are an accountant, because they offer something that's very similar to the system on Patreon or OnlyFans. You can set up subs for your server. So you can have different tiers, you can set what the pricing is, you can set what the benefits of those various tiers are, and people can sub to your server. And of course, you can then gate certain channels, be it media for photos or a VIP lounge for special tier levels or whatever. You can configure that all also within the native bot tools that are built into Guilded as well. There are now third-party bots that you can use, but a lot of the functions that you would use on Discord via third-party tools are natively in Guilded. You can set flows, control how roles are assigned automatically, all that shenanigans, all built within Guilded. Again, I think that's fantastic, and it offers a lot of utility while simultaneously supporting you monetarily, and of course, for a very, very diddy fee. It is a very diddy fee, Guilded as well. Now that's a very quick, brief summary. He says, I haven't actually looked at how long this video is going to be. It could be an age, but I hope that has been helpful to you. If you do have any more questions or queries, anything like that, obviously I would suggest approaching Guilded first, but do by all means feel free to come to my Twitch when I'm streaming, or to my Twitter, my Instagram, leaving comments on my tweets or pictures and things like that. DMs, I'm probably not going to answer because you'll end up in the magic message requests area, which is a dark place that nobody touches. But if you leave a comment on a tweet, I will happily answer any questions that I can. My Instagram and Twitter are at Brian the Pirate, and my Twitch is twitch.tv/Brian the Pirate. If you found this helpful, do share it with a friend. Maybe tell your mum. All that shenanigans. Give it a like. Maybe subscribe. I try to do helpful videos like this every now and then. I did one about DMCA, for example, and debunking a load of the weirdness that came about that as well. Aside from that, I hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.